Hello, hello, hello. How you guys doing out there? This Mike. I was on for a second, but I was muted by mistake. I just wanted to come on today to talk about this charter school playing the Group One thing real quick. Then I got to get to go celebrate with my family, celebrate their jubilees, celebrate my jubilees today. You know what I'm saying? And just wanted to talk about this real quick because this thing is crazy now, man. Like, are we really seriously got people complaining about charter schools winning Group One? You know what I mean? Like this is ridiculous now. And the reasons I say that is because when we rewind the clock and look at charter schools when they first came into existence, and we see how they was treated in terms of the sports. Let's be real. When they didn't have schools, it was cool. When they didn't have teams, it was cool because all the public schools did was stash players there so they could have the players play sports. They knew that parents didn't want their kids to go to their schools. So they'd say, well, you ain't got to go to this high school or that high school. You could go to this charter school and still play for us. So it was cool to have charter schools when that was going on. Then people in the charter schools, after years of dealing with that, said, why don't we just get our own team? Then they get their own teams, and it was cool in basketball because they were still getting blown out. Nobody was talking about let's take them out of Group One because they can't compete. There's no reason to have charter schools in here because they were getting blown out. They were still able to get kids from different places, but nobody cared because they were garbage, because they were losing. Nobody said, yo, I feel bad for these charter schools. Let's just put them in their own division because even if they make the playoffs, they just get blow out by 40, 50 points. It was cool then. Nobody cared. Nobody had no pity for the charter schools. They was getting stepped on. People was alley-ooping on them. They were just the laughing stock. Then you finally got some coaches that were smart enough to say, hold up. I know these parents are probably tired of paying to go to parochial schools. We could put the same kind of education place together. There'd be smaller classrooms. Why not just try to turn this into a program and start winning? Then they start competing. Then they start winning, and now everybody want to cry. Everybody want to cry now when they was getting blasted for 20 years, nobody had nothing to say. Now they start winning, and now everybody want to cry about this charter school and that charter school. But when did this happen? And it was the Boff effect. It was the Boff effect, the Dave Boff effect. Mark my words, if Dave Boff didn't go to Cap last year and run through everything so quick, we wouldn't be having this discussion. But why you say Dave Boff, Mike? Because it ain't Dave's fault. It's the people that were mad when he was at Roselle Catholic. See, when Dave was at Roselle Catholic, he would take kids from different schools and beat up on the same towns. You know what I mean? And most of the crying that's going on right now is coming from people in Plainfield. So what's the Dave Bosch and Plainfield connection? See, Dave Boff was able to take some of the top players from Plainfield and beat them in Union County. The Pierre Louise brothers, they had to go through that. They had to go through the Wilshire brothers. They had to go through that. And Jamarcus Lawrence. Now that one right there, that hurt. Because I remember me having a conversation with a brother, and the brother was telling me about the sensational sophomore they had. And a week later, the sensational sophomore was gone. So that left a bitter taste in the mouth about Dave Boff. So when Dave went down to College Achieve Academy or College Achieve Charter, whatever they're called, CAP, College Achieve Prep, I want to say, and he started winning, it was already resentment towards Boff. So then that carried on to saying it's unfair what the charter schools are doing. Whatever the brother name up there in Patterson that was winning for the last few years, nobody cried about charter schools when they was winning. You get what I'm saying? But when Dave won, now all this uproar. Now let's fast forward to Thrive Charter. Thrive Charter is running through these teams. It's not their fault. This situation was dropped into their lap because of what the diocese, whatever they call diocese, decided to do last year, would abruptly shut the school down. You get what I'm saying? So this is not their fault. Those kids is going out there playing. And I got another question. Why nobody talks about the sports these charter schools still get blasted in, like baseball and soccer and football, and if they got a football team and this and that? Nobody's talking about that. Because it was cool when everybody was just able to step on the charter schools and run them over. But now they done figured out a formula, and now they winning. Now, I'm all about solutions. So my solution to the matter is, don't put them out into their own thing. One, get your program up, start practicing getting better. And two, let them have a 20-year run. Once their 20-year run is over, then we could go to the table and we could talk about moving them. But until that happens, stop the crying, because nobody cared when they were losing. If you could show me videos where those Group 1 coaches, any of those Group 1 coaches came on or left posts that said, you know what, I kind of feel sorry blowing out these charter schools. I think they should have their own division, because I really feel sorry for those kids. You know, my kids are much better. They've been playing together for all these years. They've been in the same community. This charter school just opened, and, you know, I don't feel that it's fair that they're getting blown out. So I don't want to have them in Group 1 anymore. If you don't have none of those posts or or no videos saying that, come on, man, miss me with all of that you feel bad for these Group 1 schools because these charter schools are smacking them. Get your program up, get your academic stuff up, get all that stuff up. Then you ain't got to worry about the kids wanting to go to charter schools. The reason they want to go to charter schools is because something is not right in the schools that's in the public joint. And I'm not saying all public schools. I'm just saying that's why the parents are exploring the options. Therefore, leave the charter schools alone, because you were not saying anything to them when they were losing. If you were, pull up the posts, pull up the videos where you felt sorry for them for losing. If you didn't feel sorry for them for losing, stop crying now that charter schools has figured everything out. Shout out to those charter school coaches that's putting in that work and figured out how to get their program and build their program up. Don't nobody remember when y'all didn't have gyms, when everybody laughed at y'all and everybody was dunking on y'all. Now y'all done figured it out. Shout out to those coaches. This is my last take on this kind of situation. So enjoy your day. Shalom.